Ah, I see. An interesting challenge. Let us begin. The Hybrid Battle Royale, created by Baku, a well-known creator in the hybrid making community, with creations of Zappy, Fort Dog, and Bermuda, to name a few. As I just mentioned earlier, he has made a Battle Royale for 4 domes, Postmain, Rainforest Sector A, the Mediterranean Grasslands Sector B, and arid shrubland Sector C, and a coastal ecosystem Sector D, and there is also the endgame dome Sector X. Our goal is to make a hybrid that maxes at 100 grams in weight, but can't be a single cell organism, and you can only use real animals in the genome, and no pack hybrids are allowed. You can only submit one hybrid to one of the 4 domes, but not Sector X, because that's the final one. Originally, I was going to send one hybrid, but I kept thinking of doing something else to send, so I decided to let you, the audience, to decide who I send. So let's get into this. Let's start with the first hybrid I made, which has the base of the black-headed monitor. The black-headed monitor is here for the base, since it's a semi-arboreal monitor lizard, meaning it spends most of its time climbing a tree or on the ground, which serves as some use. Also, we'll be taking its long tail because I have an attack plan that involves it using its tail, which will be explained later. But now on to the next genome, which is the Komodo dragon. The Komodo dragon is here for strong limbs, climbing, attacking, and digging, swimming capability, obvious venomous saliva, its rated teeth to help fighting prey. Also, we'll be taking a short tongue to smell prey, and also the intelligence and immune system. Now, on to the next 2 genomes, which are the arboreal alligator lizard and the emerald tree boa. The arboreal alligator lizard is here for its long prehensile tail to help with the tail attack and to help when climbing trees. And the emerald tree boa is here to aid the prehensile tail of the alligator lizard to make sure it works. Now onto the next genome, which is Trypanosaurus. If you already know about Trypanosaurus, you might already know what I'm using it for. If not, let me let you know. Trypanosaurus is known for having a large finger claws on the front of its claws and a hooked claw at the end of its tail. I'll be taking those large finger claws and the hooked claw, so it can help it climb and slash opponents, and the hooked claw will also slash opponents. Now, onto the next genome, which is the lace monitor. The lace monitor is here for us at that climbing. They give our hybrid a better chance at climbing just for extra precaution. Now, onto the next genome, which is the honey badger. The honey badger is here for raging or fearlessness, since the honey badger only really goes into the state when it's cornered or feels threatened. It's pretty much just a lot of the move. It was just in case, so everything goes unpredictable, but when fighting you have a better chance of surviving and not dying during the Battle Royale. So now, let's go on to one of the best genomes in my opinion, which is the naked mole rat. The reason I say the naked mole rat is the best genome is because it brings a lot to the table. Because it has a high pain tolerance to acid, heat, and capsaicin. Also, its immune system. Pretty much, we're not going to really deal with capsaicin since it comes from chili peppers. I don't think any environment has those. But we'll have the pain tolerance of the acid and heat, which is good against any of the problem you're breathing, just being in a high environment. And also having a good immune system combined with the Komodo dragon and making sure it doesn't get sick or really die from poison. Now, onto the next genome, which is the green iguana. The green iguana is here for tail working and polyphasic activity. Since we're going for a tail attack, it only makes sense we have the green iguana. This uses its tail to whip away enemies. And also, since the hybrid has a hook on its tail, it'll be more effective attack. Also, we'll be taking a polyphasic activity, which pretty much means the hybrid will take naps throughout the day. Now, onto the next genome, which is the opossum. The opossum is just here for its resistance to some poisons and venoms, so we'll at least have a fighting chance to majority of the poison is a venomous animal, and will be fighting. Now, onto the last two genomes, which are the giant leopard gecko and Kabir's fourth kingdom. The giant leopard gecko is here for his size, and now will qualify for competing in the tournament. Also, taking his ability for dropping his tail and going, and also his night vision. So, if you get a hybrid, it's also active. His seeds supporters. And Kabir's fourth kingdom is here for his high pain tolerance and cold tolerance. So if the hybrid gets attacked by pain or sharp pain, it won't be affected. And also if it somehow gets cold inside the dome, the hybrid will withstand it to some extent. Now, I'd like to introduce you to the first of the hybrids you'll be choosing. Coming in at 4 inches in height, 20 inches in length, weighing in at 100 grams, one of prehistoric science's hybrids, a lizard with a tail with a clawed hand, acts sometimes your age. Introducing Dagger.
Well, hey there, little guy. How are you doing? He's got my neck.
Dagger will be representing prehistoric sciences in Sector B, with his offenses being his venomous bite, claw slashes, and claw tail whip. And his defenses will be deterring tail whips or running away to trees or burrows. Now, onto the next hybrid with the base of Penguin. Before I start listening to other genomes, I'd like to let you all know this will be a lot because this is being recorded and done the night before submissions ends. It will probably be submitted tonight, early tomorrow morning for the submissions. So here we go with the genome. The penguin, specifically the giant round penguin, here at the base, its character skills for defense and claws for slashing and digging. Now, with that quick introduction out of the way, let's go into the next genome, which is the three-banded armadillo. Three-banded armadillo is treated with finest oxtail and durham armor with penguin character skills. It's for extra protection, but it's not going to exactly be how you think it is. Basically, we're combining the armor of the penguin and the armadillo to where the penguin's character skills are still used, but it will be shaped out like the three-banded armadillo shell, so it can fully roll up into a ball. And also will be taking its claws to help with slashing and digging. Now onto the next genome, which is the aardvark. The aardvark is here for his hearing, so pretty much his ears to hear enemies approaching. Its smell, so he can smell his enemies as well, or any food nearby. And also his claws to help digging. Now onto the next couple of genomes, starting with the pink-fairy armadillo, the Japanese shrew, and the European mole. The pink fairy armadillo is here for its size, so you fit the 100 grams, and the vibration sensing. The Japanese shrew mole is here for its omnivorous diet and teeth, and the European mole is for its sensitive whiskers for sensing prey, and its claws to help with your digging. Now onto the next genome, which is from the other hybrid, the naked mole rat. Just like Dagger, we'll be taking the high panic tolerance of the naked mole rat. It will also be taking a low oxygen tolerance. Will also be taking its strengthened teeth, its immune system, and its ability to be able to eat tubers, roots, and bulbs to give our hybrid more variety of food. Now onto the next two genomes, which are the kangaroo rat and the bilby. Kangaroo rat is here for its kidneys because to the sector I'm sending to, I'm not sure what kind of water sources are there or how many they are. So that's just in case. And also be taking its eyes for night vision so it can see in the dark because this will mainly be a nocturnal animal. But yet it can still be up in the day, but mainly it will be active at night. And the bilby is here for its nocturnal habits and will be taking its ears to help regulate its heat, and will also be taking the habit of making tunnels with multiple entrances and exits. And also will be taking the tongue to help slurp up the smaller animals like ants and other small bugs. Now onto the last three genomes, which are the slow loris, the opossum, and the prehensile tailed skink. The slow loris is here for its brachial glands, so it can secrete venom. So the hybrid can have a venomous bite and cover itself in venomous saliva. The opossum here is for venom resistance, and the prehensile tailed skink is here for a flexible underbelly, just in case it has underbelly attacks. Now, let me introduce you a second hybrid you'll be choosing. Coming in at 4 inches in height, 7 inches in length, weighing 100 grams, with a bite force of 18.5 newtons. Please welcome a second hybrid introduction to Prehistoric Sciences, introducing Toph, the Master of Senses. Toph will be sent to Sector B as our second option of the hybrid. Now that we got both hybrids evaluated, I'll be making a poll for you guys to choose which hybrid will go to Sector B. You guys will have 1 hour to choose who goes, and after that, I'm going to go short video to confirm who's going. Other than that, see you next time on the next intermission.